We're back and the conversation is depression. This is Depression 101, okay? By the way, Caroline, I need to say, for a woman who has a 13-year-old...
He's 15 now.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
So, to introduce, Caroline is a wife and mother of 3. Your eldest is the one who's 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jemima writes the shortest emails. She says, I saw your YouTube insights. I want to share my story. I mean, that's the size. She was like, we're not joking here. Can we get on? And of course, the gem is Tabitha, who says it's a cocktail. You say you've battled depression, suicidal thoughts, which I need to talk to you about, anxiety, and I haven't been able to fully understand the condition. You haven't been diagnosed. Have you been diagnosed?
Yeah, I was diagnosed with schizophrenia.
How old were you then? Because you're barely 30 now.
24.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, so let me ask you, the first time, Tabitha, you sat with someone and told them, this is who I am. This is what I feel. What was the reaction and who was that person?
For me, the first time I realized that I had schizophrenia, I didn't even know that I was mentally ill. I would just hear voices in my head, but I didn't know what it was. So I just started doing some crazy stuff, and my mom looked at me and she told me, Tabitha, I know you very well and you're not okay. So
wow. Perceptive? Wow.
She told me that today I'm taking you out and I'm taking you to see a doctor. Because a friend of hers in the office told her that maybe it could be a mental illness. Mm-hmm. So she just told her, take her to see a psychiatrist.
How old were you then?
24.
And that's when you were diagnosed?
Yeah.
Caroline, were you that lucky? First time you had to say, I'm in a dark place.
Wow. I didn't really know what was happening. I just thought I was stressed. So I called up my sister. We are very close. I met her in town. I remember we were standing outside Mr. Price and I was just telling her, I really feel stressed. And my mind is trying to figure out what is this. Maybe it's my marriage, maybe it's work. I have no idea. So I think maybe because I spoke about it, it really came to the surface. By the time I was getting home, I had a full-blown anxiety attack. So I was really terrified of getting inside my house. So I stood there, I tried to get into the house, I couldn't. It was late, it was like 9. And my phone had no charge, so I couldn't call my husband who was in the house. But I couldn't even touch the door, like I was seriously afraid. So what I did, I had a kikoi, so I just put it on the floor at the balcony just next to the door and I slept there. And when I slept there, my husband called my sister. She was like, we were with her in town, but I don't know what's up with her. So he was really afraid for me.
Outside.
Yeah. So he got out to just take a breather. I don't know why he even got out, and he found me sleeping there. And he couldn't understand what was happening to me. So he was so mad. He was like, are you high on something? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, it's 1 a.m. and you're sleeping outside. Like, what's wrong with you? He was really mad. So he called my sister. That time I was robotic. It's like I was seeing myself out there. So I could just hear him. Whatever instruction he gave me, I did up to the point. Like, get into the house. I got into the house and stood there. Go to the bedroom. I went to the bedroom and stood there. Get into bed. I got into bed exactly the way I was dressed. So he called my sister and was like, I don't know what's wrong with your sister, but I've never seen her like this. I have no idea. And at that point, in the heat of the moment, he asked me, are you mad? You know?
That's the term we use.
Yeah. So in the morning, he was so furious, he just left for work. He didn't even say anything to me. So when I woke up in the morning, I began having memories of what happened yesterday. I was like, what was that about? So I just showered, went to Aga Khan, Doctor's Plaza, looked at the building directory for a psychiatrist and went in. When I went in, I was told, no, you have to see a clinical psychologist. I went to see him. I explained everything that had happened. He did an assessment and I was diagnosed.
But you literally had the foresight to take yourself
Yeah, because I was shocked. I was like, what's wrong
that?
with,
What
like, yeah,
happened?
because I was like, that was not me. Like, what happened? So I think him asking me, are you mad,
Is what triggered.
Yeah.
Jemima, in your case?
I would lose sleep completely. When it would get to around 2, I would sleep at 10, and then by 2, I would lose sleep completely.
But you know that we on Facebook we're like team insomnia.
Yeah.
Kumbe.
So and at the same time, I'm on my bed, and then all this, it's like a flood of negative voices now would just come around that time for some reason I can't explain. So the flooding of negative voices would just come. So all the negative things became entertained.
At that time of night?
Yes, I would just be hearing, you're useless, you're stupid, you're worthless, you're nothing, you amount to nothing. Just look at yourself. How can you even, I mean, what is wrong with you? How can you even live with yourself, you know? And I would try and, you know, switch on the telly, watch maybe some inspirational, some motivationals, and the voices would still be there in my head.
Telling you how you're just not.
Yes. And it got to a point I just walked out of the house. And I just, luckily where I live, there's a gate. I mean, it's already, you know, perimetered fence. Mm-hmm. So I just walked for like 2 hours. I just kept walking, and I'm just walking. I just want these voices to stop. I'm wearing earphones. I'm listening to all the gospel music I can, just to try to flood out the voices. And it's like, it's a real battle. The voices, the negative voices are being hit by the praise and worship I was listening to. Mm-hmm. And it's like a constant battle for my brain, for
but
my brain.
Isn't that tiring as well?
Yes, it got really tiring. And it would go like from 2 till maybe 5:30 in the morning, like for maybe 3 months or so. I just lose sleep between that time. And it got to a place I just told my very close friend, she's called Damaris. She's a year older than I am. And I just called her up and I told her, I think I just feel really tired with life. I'm just tired and I can't fight. My will for fighting is gone, and I really hear all this negativity. I just go everywhere. It's negative. I can't. I don't know who to speak to. I don't know how to articulate it. But I just feel really, really bad. I just feel sad for no reason. I'm not happy about anything. I'm just you know, really trying to fight. I'm trying to help my mind to fight, to
Your mind is
ignore
saying,
the negative voices, but it's becoming a sponge now. It's just taking in and taking it in and taking it in, and I just got really tired. It became overwhelming. Personally, I even lost appetite in eating sometimes. I'll just like not go for hours without eating. I'll go for days without eating, and I don't want to see anybody. I don't want people to call me.
I hear that's something else we all need to look out for when people shut themselves away.
Yeah. But then before the shutting away is like the really, really, really last thing anybody does. Because what we really are good at is masking it all up. So I'll be the life of the party. Because I want you guys to hang around with me for longer, just to see whether the cloud you'll prevent the cloud from coming. So I'll be the one calling you up, guys, you know, what do we do, you know, where do we go? Because we are relating on a very superficial level, like it's just party time all the time, like we don't care what underneath people are going through. So you won't ask me, but then you'll be with me for hours partying, and that would be good for me.
Tabitha, you nodded.
Yeah, the masking for me was like, I don't want anybody else to see me as if I'm trying to be an attention seeker.
Aha.
You know, people, when you always the one with the issues, like today I feel so bad.
Yeah.
People will think that you think you're the only one who has
problems. Yes.
Everyone is fighting something, so why do you think you're special? Yeah. So you just try to mask it and you get on with life.
Were you finally diagnosed?
For me, I think I isolated myself so much to the point that I felt I didn't need medical attention, though I think I should have done that. So I didn't seek medical attention myself.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Can we take a break? Because the next thing I want us to talk about is, what do you wish people knew then? And you talked about your mother. In your email, you mentioned yourself noticing it in your son.
Yeah.
And I think, I think it's very important for the rest of us not to just hear that somebody feels sad. There's a cloud, deep hole.
Yeah.
I can't forget that definition. And what should I be looking out for? Because if there's one thing I'm very aware of, is that the world we live in today, our biggest issues will be the non-communicable diseases and lifestyle illnesses, and mental illness is one of them.
Yeah.
Okay? So subscribe, watch the first video if you haven't, and then come back and let's unpack what we need to know before we judge people. Okay?